I'm Chris.
I'm Tammy.
And I'm Cole.
Welcome to our home. How are you guys doing this evening?
Someone already liked it. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for liking the video. That helps us a lot when you guys are able to do that. Tonight, we want to talk about your favorite pin trading locations within Disney, period. So we're not just limiting to the park, but other places as well. And so maybe you've got somewhere that you guys enjoyed a pin trade that's connected to Disney somehow. We're not so much talking about pin trading groups, although we can mention some of those. That would not be a problem at all. But we're more talking about in the park. But either way. So why don't one of you guys start us off? And
Hey, Becca.
Hey, Becca.
Hey, Becca.
Thanks to the other person who liked, by the way.
All right. So what are y'all gonna say? What's your top pin trading place? Let's say at Magic Kingdom.
All right.
I think my top is probably the trading outpost.
So let's talk about it, and we'll tell people where they're at in case they're planning a trip, and then they can figure out where.
Yeah.
Maybe they can take and go pin trade to find some good pins. So the trading post is located in Frontierland.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're in Frontierland, it's over there near the Country Bear Jamboree area. And so between it and the horseshoe, is that called the Diamond Horseshoe?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so if you're walking through there, that's a great place to trade all throughout the day, but especially around 12 o'clock, they bring out a big post, and it's usually covered with pins, and about, on a good day, it's covered with about 50 to 70% of the new hidden Mickeys that are out at that time. And so that's a super cool place to trade. Yeah. Who said the trading post, by the way?
I did. I said the trading post.
Nicole, where's your favorite?
My favorite, probably the trading post.
After
that one, probably the Emporium area down that.
Down Main Street?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just that whole general area is probably my favorite.
Yeah, so a lot of times when we go, we will initially go inside the park, and then we'll just start hitting all the shops down Main Street. And so we go to the right and to the left, and we'll go into the Emporium and go all through the Emporium and find cast members with pins. And then we also like to go across the street. And I don't know the name of that place. Do you know the name of it?
Well, I'm drawing a blank at the moment, but it's across the street where the specialty purses are sold, right next to the art store. It has the
it's
Pandora
called,
section in it.
That's called Uptown Jewelers.
There it is.
Yeah. It's called the Chapeau. So that's where they sell like Chris said, the purses and stuff. And inside there
they
have a box that has all of the it has like a box of pins, and you pick a number, and you can either trade or not trade based on what you get, and you only get one
a day.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of a hit or miss. Here's a little tip, not a trick, a tip somebody gave me. That same type of box is also located up that section beside Tony's Town Square,
mm-hmm.
where they have the I think you come out through there, right? From the meeting with Mickey and Minnie.
Yeah.
You come out through that gift shop there. And when inside that gift shop, there is the same type of box with the fishing style box, the little clear one, craft box or whatever, and with all the numbers. And if you'll tell them, hey, whenever they're going through the pins, they say, what number? And you say, well, I don't know. I'm really looking for this. And sometimes they'll go, well, that might be under 16. And so they'll do that sometimes. And so I'm not guaranteeing they're going to do that for you, but they have done that for me before, and they've done it for people I know before. So that's a little trick you might try every now and then.
Camden Stout says he's watching while doing homework.
All right.
Well, thank you, Camden.
Thank you, Camden.
I hope we're not too distracting.
Yeah, no kidding. We don't want to do that.
Pinky Sands also said, hi, have you heard when the new wave of pins will be coming out?
We haven't. Actually, what I have heard is they're no longer going to be called Hidden Mickeys. They're changing Hidden Mickeys, and they're going to be called Hidden Disney. That's what I've been told. We have some friends that were at the pin trading night on the 20th of February, and they came out and told them that they were going to call them Hidden Disneys from now on. And so I don't know what the deal is with that, but that's what they're planning to call them.
Yeah, not the first time that they've changed the name. So back when they originally started the Hidden Mickeys, they were originally called Cast Lanyard Series.
Right.
So then they changed it to Hidden Mickeys, and so now they apparently changed it to something like Chris said, the Hidden Disney. Hidden Disney?
Hidden Disney is what they. I mean, I had two separate people that are not connected tell me the same thing. So, and they both said they heard it at the same place. Now, one of the people I had tell me that said that they weren't going to start putting them out for maybe a year or two. The other guy said he did not hear anything like that. So that's all hearsay. Hopefully they come out soon. I don't care if they're called Hidden Mickeys or Hidden Disneys or whatever. I enjoy collecting them. And so well, how about I tell y'all my favorite place in the Magic Kingdom that has not been mentioned? And I'm going to go up there to maybe the Tony's Town Square would be my next one. I like to go in there. If you're there at 10 o'clock in the morning, they have a pin trading event. And that pin trading event has several people there. There's usually like 6 or 8. And I hear they refresh the board regularly. They refresh the little ways you do it. They have that clear piece, that little tackle box thing, but then they have each person has more stuff also, and so that gets changed out regularly. So to me, that's a real good one. Plus, then you can go inside and trade inside, and most people don't realize they have that one inside, and so I like to do that. And sometimes there's this little older man who works between there and the one over there where Pandora's at, the Uptown Jewelers. He works in both places. And he doesn't look like he does pin trading, but he hides them on the inside of his vest. And so if you talk to him, maybe he can trade with you or something.
Chris knows him, so he keeps a lookout for him. I don't know how he remembers him every time we go.
Anytime I see him, and I know he's got the new Hidden Mickeys every time. And so I'll always ask him, and then he'll open it up and say, well, which one are you looking for? And then so then he'll trade me. But he's kind of fickle on who he'll trade with. It's kind of weird. But
thank you to the third person who liked, by the way.
Yeah, thank you for liking the video. We appreciate that very much. It helps us out.
I was just going to read off a few comments before we get going.
Okay.
It says, Pinky Sands said, I'll keep a lookout for the things. And then she said, me too. Camden Staff said our thing was a little bit delayed, but it's back to normal. 2 people just liked the video. Thank you again.
Very good. Thank you all very much.
Always helps.
So, and while we're on the topic of mentioning things, I noticed earlier today we're at 147 subscribers. So
that's right.
3 more subscribers, and we'll be giving away. It's sitting right up there if you want to show everybody.
Yep. Right here.
We'll be giving away this pin and 3 more subscribers. That's a limited edition. I don't remember if it's 500 or 750. So great pin. And so we look forward to giving that away to somebody once we hit 150 subscribers.
Yep.
So let's do some honorable mentions there in Magic Kingdom. So if you're in Magic Kingdom, some other things you can talk about is, and if you guys see any that you want to mention that we don't mention, please, by all means, tell us your favorite places. Comment them over to the side there in the chat. That way, future people that are there at the park can also enjoy trading pins at the same places that you know about. Maybe you know about a secret little stash of pins somewhere that is always plentiful. We'll give you one of those also here in just a few moments. But let's finish up at the Magic Kingdom first. So at the Magic Kingdom, what else is there, guys? There's Philhar Magic.
Yeah.
Which used to be a lot better because you could go through the line over and over and over when they did the pin trading event at 4 o'clock. But now you can just go through that line one time, and they don't really refresh it a whole lot.
Yeah, I used to think it was the best one, but now almost the worst one in my
Yeah.
opinion.
And then there's a 2:00 one at Big Top Circus,
Right.
and
That was my note. I
Yeah.
think that's pretty much.
I like to
in my
trade in the
opinion,
Big Top
worst.
Circus, but
Oh,
personally,
yeah.
I feel like the pin trading event at the Big Top Circus is not that great because you spin a wheel and it lands on a color, and then whatever color it gets, you get to choose a pin from that color box. But and it just kind of luck of the draw on that one.
Mhm.
And you get to go
So-
once.
Yeah, you get to go one time and trade one pin only. But I like to trade inside the Big Top Circus because there's always several cast members in there who have lanyards, and then they have a popcorn bucket that you can pin trade on. So we like that.
I'm going to be honest. I personally think the pin trading on the inside with the Big Top Circus is probably, in my opinion, better than the pin trading event that they set up.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
maybe so.
probably.
I think it all really just depends on when you go and who's trading. I mean, we've gotten great pins from all kinds of different places. It just kind of depends.
All right, so let me give you guys an insider tip here. This is not a particular place to trade, but it's a tip. How about that? When you're in the park and you see people that are setting up for the parades, watch and see who has a lanyard on.
Mhm.
I'm telling you, that is usually good trades because those people aren't getting hit up all throughout the day to trade. And so a lot of them are coming on shift and things like that. And this is their first exposure out into the park for this particular parade. And so you come through when they're setting up and you ask them about trading. And a lot of times they have a lot better pins than your average cast member walking around. Would you guys agree with that?
Yeah.
And so always look out for those people. They're dressed a little different than everybody else. And you can kind of tell them when you see them, once you start seeing who they are. And then another great mention is always the DVC booths.
Yeah.
You don't have to go to the DVC showing and see all the hoopty junk, but what you can do is go up to the booth, and those DVC people, there's two things that can happen here. A lot of times they have pins because they want to draw you guys in to trade. The other thing you can do is a lot of times they trade personally. And so they may have their personal pins with them. And so you could ask about that. They don't have to trade you from their personal pins, but you might be able to work out a trade with them. We've done that a few times.
Yeah. Yeah. We have a couple of cast members that work at the DVC booths that we personally always trade with every time we go, and we remember them. And so we know that when we're out looking at the park, we're looking for those people because we know that they have personal collections that they like to kind of slide pins in their pocket for. So we always look out for them. So that was a good tip, Chris.
Yeah.
Pinky Sands said, we always find the All-Star hotels good.
Yeah, we agree.
We do too.
Yeah.
I personally think that pin trading at the All-Star Resort hotels is better than some of the bigger resorts like the Polynesian and the Yacht and Beach Club and places like that. Cole doesn't think so, but
it just depends.
But I think that they refresh the pins there a lot more frequently than they do at the other resorts, because when we stayed at the All-Star Resorts, we've gotten tons of new hidden Mickeys.
Pop Century does good too.
Yeah. Pop Century's a good one.
Pop Century, I think that's a pretty good
but one. we also got really good pin trades at
Caribbean
Beach, and whenever we were over at Wilderness Lodge.
Well, let's just go ahead and mention different resorts. Caribbean Beach has a huge board. I mean, it's not quite as big as this wall behind me, but I bet it's
big.
I bet it's this big.
It's like the size of like a large chalkboard on wheels. So that's kind of what it looks like.
And so Caribbean Beach is a great place to trade. And you can get there via the monorail. That's the great part.
Silverwater says, hello.
And then Pinky says, maybe because there's more kids there.
I think that's a good point.
True.
I think you're probably right. There's a lot of kids that are in and out of that resort. And so that makes sense why their pin trading would be pretty good there.
And I think it's also for another reason. I think it's because this is many of people who stay at the All-Star Resorts. This is many of their first time staying at a resort.
Sometimes.
And I think maybe Disney does that to, get people interested in pin trading.
Maybe. I don't know.
I think a lot of times at the All-Stars, people don't know where to ask about pin trading.
Yeah.
because you can ask in the gift shops and at the front desk. The front desk one usually has been wiped out, but the pin shops, they don't usually wipe them out as hard.
Yeah.
Or not the pin shops, the gift shops. That's just my thought.
Camden said big hotels have huge pin boards like at the Caribbean beach.
Yes,
the
some
Caribbean
of them
Beach
do for
does.
sure. Yeah.
What was the one you were going to mention over at Wilderness Lodge in the general store?
Oh,
there?
in the general store, yeah, that's where they have like a big pin board that like opens up that you can trade from. And we had a lot of great pins. They had so many that I had a hard time picking 2 out of. We each got to pick 2, and we had a really tough time.
Yeah.
So
I mean, there were people in front of us, and we still got great pins. There were like 4 or 5 people in front of us.
This is true.
And they all traded 2 pins apiece. So I mean, I bet there was on that particular night, I bet there was 75 hidden Mickeys on there that were of the new series.
Yeah.
And so it was a great pin board.
It was a really good one.
How about any other resorts? I know we've traded it like Animal Kingdom Lodge, but
yeah, they have a drum. Animal Kingdom Lodge has a drum.
I was going to say it's not that great. I mean,
It was all right.
It's okay.
it's okay, but it's not great.
Not fantastic.
We traded one time at
the Grand Floridian has every single resort has a book or a board or something that they'll trade from. I don't think there's a single resort that doesn't.
I don't know about the Four Seasons. We haven't been to the Four Seasons resort, have we?
But the Four Seasons
it's
is not a Disney resort.
Oh, it's not a Disney resort.
Are you talking about the Swan and Dolphin?
They have
No,
one.
they have one. Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't know if you were referring to that. But always ask.
Yeah.
I say it never hurts to ask. Sometimes we'll go in shops and we may not be familiar with it. Like, for example, the Indiana Jones right next to the Indiana Jones. They do. And like, we didn't know. So we just walked in and was like, hey, do you guys have a pin board?
We
and they're like,
about that one.
They do. We do. And so they'll pull it out. That, also in Hollywood Studios. Well, we'll get there in a minute.
Well, let's just move over to Hollywood Studios. I think there's a couple comments. Let's look at those and then we'll do the Hollywood Studios.
Silverwater said, yeah. I didn't catch where that was whenever he agreed with something that somebody said. Pinky Sands said at the food court. Now, I did catch this. She was talking about whenever we were saying a good place to catch some pins. Is that? Yes,
at the food court. You can ask whoever's running, like the manager, and they'll bring out a pin board at the food court.
I didn't know that you could do that.
Yeah. And you're right. That is a great way to get some pins because nobody ever does it.
Well, because at most food places, they're not allowed to do pin trading because of sanitary reasons, which makes sense. But at, like Chris said,
the food court, because they don't have to
touch any food.
Yeah. So, for example, I know at the front desk of like at
Trattoria.
No,
they have one.
They
at the
do
front
one.
Desk there.
They also
Trattoria
have one at why can't I think of anything? The place in Epcot where it spins.
Garden Grill.
The Garden Grill has. They have a little picnic basket.
Well, last time we checked, I think it
was out for refurbishment. But they were fixing it, but they typically have one.
Yeah.
And then they also have one at what's our favorite place in Magic Kingdom to eat?
Liberty Tree.
Liberty Tree has a board as well. Yeah. A lot of times they're standing outside in front of Liberty Tree, but always ask for a board. I think it's always a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Silverwater said, I got a huge Stitch pin off a worker at Port Orleans.
No,
yeah, absolutely.
Have we been to Port Orleans before?
We have never been there.
We have.
We have?
Not. Yeah.
We've never been inside.
We transferred
buses, but we've never been inside. Right. But Port Orleans is where you get beignets, so y'all might want to check it out. I hear they're good. Never had them, but
how many of them have you had?
I've never had them, but I hear they're great.
Right,
something I want to try.
So he says that Halloween they have a pumpkin bag with blind trades.
Oh, that's cool. Very cool.
Who has that?
It's at the Halloween.
At Halloween.
Yeah.
At Port Orleans?
I don't know. I'm guessing in the park, maybe?
I'm going to guess at the not so scary
Halloween party. Is that what you're talking about, Pinky?
Oh, the Grand Floridian.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah. Nice. Camden Stout said it's Mardi Gras themed, so I'm assuming that's at Port Orleans. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we got a pin from that the other day, a mini.
All of our
Okay.
chat is blue. I just
Do what?
all the people who are in the chat are blue,
Oh,
except
yeah.
for Allie, of course. Right as I say it,
So-
Allie's comments.
So,
No.
so let's think about outside of
Hi, Mikey
Riz-
Webb.
Hi.
outside of restaurants. Hey, Mikey, let's talk about other.
Thanks for the 7
Epcot.
likes, guys. Sorry.
Let's talk about Epcot.
Okay.
So at Epcot, what is our favorite places to pin trade?
So I think for our family, we love trading around World Showcase. Now there are some places that don't really pin trade much. So there's a couple of places like
China.
China, you can't really pin trade.
Japan, do they sometimes?
Not
I think-
much.
I think
They have one
have
spot.
One spot, yeah, we have found one spot that they
One
pin
spot.
trade. But usually, and they don't.
USA's got good pin
Oh, yeah.
trading.
Oh,
USA
USA.
is that is one of my
Canada's
favorite
got
places.
good pin trading.
Canada's got
do,
pretty good ones,
yes.
especially the DVC booth right over there. That's one of
Yes.
my favorite places to pin trade in
Yeah.
Epcot.
All
Yeah.
right. So Canada. Where else? USA. What else are the?
We
really good
always
ones?
go into Germany,
Sure.
Yeah.
into where the Frozen ride, right beside the Frozen
I
ride.
changed my
That's
mind.
one
That's
of our
my favorite.
That is one of our favorite places to go pin trade. We
Yeah.
love going in there. And we also like in the little Africa section where they have
the drums.
the
and all that
drums,
set up.
right
right
next
next
to
to
that where
Yeah.
they have a it's like a little
It's
They have a
merchandise. Yeah, but they have like a little merchandise area. They have a drum there, and we have gotten wonderful trades off of there.
Yeah.
Oh, Pinky Sand said Mexico. We
Yeah.
like going in Mexico
I like to go on
too.
the
Yeah.
Mexico one.
Yeah, they have
We
good
have a
trades there.
hard time when you go inside the big pyramid. We have a hard time finding folks that want to trade in there. There are a couple of them. but
Yeah.
Yeah, there are
It-
people in there.
It's difficult sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just depends on who's working.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
And my most favorite place around World Showcase is in France, in the French Pavilion. If you go all the way into the very, very
She's
last,
lying.
I love going in there.
Her favorite place she can't trade in right now. It's Mouse Gears.
Oh, this is true. Mouse Gears is my favorite.
And Mouse Gears has a pin board that they bring out 1 or 2 times during the day.
I think it's
Yeah,
at 4.
but when
They
we go-
used to do it at 4:00, but Mouse Gears is tore down right now.
Yeah, I was gonna
So
say,
I wonder if
it
they
won't
have-
get it right now.
because they have
Yeah.
they don't have like mouse gears, but they have like a mini
Section,
shop.
Yeah,
I
mini
wonder.
shop. I wonder if they're going to do the pin board in there. Yeah,
I would doubt it because it's such a smaller area.
I don't know.
Mhm.
But other than that, go
Oh,
ahead.
and then we forgot to mention the little the little cart that sells pins right past once you go past the French Pavilion, there's like the bridge. You go over the bridge, like if you're headed towards Canada.
They've got a treasure chest.
They've got a pin little cart that sells pins, and they have a treasure chest, and we really
You have
like.
to ask for the
Yeah.
treasure chest.
Yeah.
You do
but
have to
they
ask.
do have it. And
And
then in Canada, they got one that has a bear, a little cart like that.
That's true. Yeah.
And I forgot to mention this one. We had written some down, but there is a stroller.
at the
The
beginning of the
stroller
park.
at the very front.
That's
of the park.
right.
I got an LE on there one time.
Yeah.
And it was funny, the story. There was a guy, we were having a competition to see who could get some of the best pins. And he had gone right before me, and he forgot to ask for pins. And so I knew about it afterwards. And so I got this cool LA Ursula flag.
Yeah,
It was
you
really
have to
cool.
ask for all that type of stuff. Just don't be afraid to ask if they have other
Yeah.
pin trading opportunities. Even at guest relations, they have books
Yeah.
that you can trade out of. We did it at I think at Hollywood Studios, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, although I think we've done it at almost every park. Yeah, we've done it at except for Animal Kingdom, I believe. We have not done it at Animal Kingdom.
So one more place in Epcot, and we'll move on. At Soarin', right there, that little gift shop thing right outside of Soarin'.
Yeah.
You can pin trade there also.
Yeah.
So what's that?
Thanks to the 8th person who liked, by the way.
What's the post there?
Mikey Webb said the Polynesian Resort has 4 giant cork boards. I saw it on my last day. There were 2 workers, so I could trade 4 pins. They said it rarely comes out and only for 30 minutes. He said there were like 200 pins. Wow, that's pretty cool. We've never seen
Now,
that.
Mike,
I
pin
do
board.
know- I know
we
about
knew
this.
about it, but We
It's-
missed it one day by 10 minutes.
It was in the middle. It's in the middle of the day, correct? Yeah. It has you. I don't remember the exact time. I'm not gonna say anything.
And it comes out at different times.
Yeah.
But we missed it by 10 minutes.
Allison
one trip.
says that we
It was
mistook
We said Germany.
Germany and it was Norway.
Yes.
She's
Norway.
probably right.
She is right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Uh,
Thank you for the correction, Allison.
Pinky said in dark. LOL. She's talking about the pyramid. It is very dark.
It is very dark.
Oh yeah.
It very much is dark. All right. So let's move on to Hollywood Studios. So at Hollywood Studios, first off, be looking. Oftentimes there's a trash can that they put pins all the way around it. Now, it sounds weird trading off of a trash can, but that thing's got like 400 pins on it, maybe 700 pins. I mean, it's huge. And that's a lot of fun when that's set up.
But even at Disney, the trash cans are magical.
Yeah. And if you don't believe me, I mean, we've eaten on top of one at Epcot. And if you haven't, you probably haven't been to Epcot very much.
You have not been to one of the
festivals.
Events.
The festivals.
Yeah, no kidding.
Where you're like trying to find a place to eat. There's no place to eat. So you just find you a trash can and
eat on top of it. You just don't put your food down on it.
Yeah.
All right. So
it's such a drink.
Mikey said Alani at their front desk has like a 20-page book of pens.
Wow.
So many good ones.
I hope I one day get to go to Alani. That's like a goal. That's like a, what do you call, a bucket list place. Yeah. So pretty awesome that you've been there.
I've been looking into it, so who knows in the next couple years.
I hope so.
I don't know anything about Alani personally, so I don't know what to expect of it if we ever go.
Water?
Well, I get that.
Oh.
Camden Stout said Food and Wine Festival is crazy.
Oh, yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean.
Well, I'm thinking of Flower and Garden. What am I? Well,
they're all
pretty
crazy.
Yeah.
How about in Hollywood Studios, the Five and Dime, Celebrity Five and Dime?
Mm-hmm.
That's a fun place to trade in. I don't know. They've had a big board in there before. Last time we were there, they did not have it set up. But oftentimes they have a big, huge board when it's not real busy. Mm-hmm. Last time we were there, it was real busy. It was across Thanksgiving. But whenever we're there and it's not been busy, they have a huge board that holds several hundred pins that's set up, and you can trade 2 pins on it. And so that's cool.
Yeah, Mikey said Hollywood Studios is where he started his favorite pin collection, the Muppets. He has 17
Bye,
so
Silverwater.
Also, Alani is beautiful. We got a high floor.
Nice.
See you, Silverwater.
And so the Five and Dime, what else is there? Well, Cole likes to trade just kind of generically up and down Hollywood Boulevard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
I trade in there.
I love the Hollywood Boulevard. I love the Five and Dime. I love all those places. I just feel like whenever you have like a large area where cast members are going to be, it just makes it really easy to trade because there's so many cast members in there and they have such a fast turnover on their pins. You may leave a cast member and come back, and before you know it, they have a whole new set of pins.
Right.
So I feel like that's like a benefit to trading in those kind of places.
Yeah.
Another tip. This is park wide, all of the parks. If you find those places where you can sign up for a Visa gift card, they may not be wearing their lanyard that trades, but they've usually got one in the desk full of pins also. So you might ask them. At the front of Hollywood Studios, on the right hand side as you're exiting, there's a little gift shop thing there, and they've always got decent pins too.
Yeah.
And so I would stop in there on your way out of the park and check it out, maybe on your way in too. And places I would not go to trade pins. I would not go to Star Wars Land. Never ever made a trade there. I mean, Galaxy's Edge, I've never made a trade. Never even seen a pin board.
I don't know if they trade pins in there, do
they?
they?
They don't.
That's what I'm saying.
They don't trade pins there. They don't trade pins in Pandora either.
Yeah, I was going to say Pandora is the next place I'd
in
list.
China, I don't believe they pin trade, do they?
Yeah, discuss that. They
we
don't.
don't.
They don't trade pins.
We were talking
there.
about the Japanese pavilion, but I don't think they have one person in there trading.
Right. They don't trade in China at all.
Yeah.
And then in Toy Story Land, they do trade at those little kiosks, but that's it.
Don't they trade in that one smaller gift shop?
The one that's coming out of
Toy Story Mania.
Toy Story Mania. They'll trade in there sometimes.
shops.
So in there and at that little kiosk stand over there near Slinky Dog Dash.
Yeah.
That's the only two places you can trade there. Now in the back of the museum part that you walk through.
Oh yes,
there's a
what's it
pinboard.
called? Walt's Dream, right? Or
One man's
Dream.
Man's
That's
Dream.
right. That's right.
So when you walk through all of that and you get to the back of it, there is a pin trading location there. In the bottom of Rock and Roller Coaster, or in the gift shop of Rock and Roller Coaster where you exit out, there's a pin board in there, and that's usually a decent pin board.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Actually, there's two in there.
Is that Walt Disney Presents?
Yeah.
Well, that was an older map, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they changed.
That's
the
what
name.
it used to be called.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What is it? I don't know.
I don't know.
It's something.
Where else is a good pin trading? That store next to Star Wars Launch Bay.
Oh,
that's a good pin trading spot.
Is it the Disney Junior one or what?
Well, that one's okay.
That one's all right. Or I can't remember what it's called.
But there's the one with all the Star Wars merch in it.
Yeah.
And that's a good pin trading location.
Yeah.
We've gotten several from there.
Yeah. There's also in Rock and Roller Coaster when you're. Oh, did you? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I was just going to save them a minute or two there. Let's go back for something. Magic Kingdom, when you're exiting Splash Mountain.
Oh, that's a pretty
There's good
shop.
pin trading in there too.
Yeah.
And then at the gift shop there, between Splash Mountain's gift shop there, that's a good little location as well. They've got a pin board and everyone wears lanyards.
Mikey said, I really want a Mickey and Minnie Runaway Railway pin.
Oh, yeah.
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 I can't wait to ride Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. I hear that it's going to be a really cool ride.
Well, I saw a spoiler today on it. And
I
had
did.
it. They had it
I did
online, but I
too.
didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it.
Surprised.
I see so many videos.
I didn't watch
a
a video, but I watched something that
watch
had
it.
pictures on it.
I saw
a picture.
You saw a video? I want to watch it.
No.
I'll take the spoilers.
I
I'm
won't.
a pass holder side.
I'm gonna go watch it.
What's his name? Big Fat Panda also put one out.
Oh, okay. I bet they had a media preview.
Probably.
Yeah. We got more subscribers. Maybe one day we'll be able to.
And no kidding, y'all keep hitting that subscribe button, and maybe one day we'll get the media preview.
We would love to go to a media preview.
What else is there?
Mikey said I was at an early screening of Onward. I wish I was you, but at my local movie theater, and they gave us pins with the Mickey back, but not the official pin logo on it. Kind of deceiving, but still cool.
Yeah, I think you can still trade those in the park
I
because
do.
I've got the Elsa and Anna one from Frozen 2. And so don't feel bad if you wanted to trade it somewhere or something. If maybe your whole family was there and you all got pins and you had extras, then you can trade those in the park still. So
Hi, Total Banana. I had to think about that.
Do what?
I had to think about that.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
As far as we've hit Hollywood Says, what about Animal Kingdom?
Animal Kingdom.
So Animal Kingdom, places to trade. Now, we didn't write any up on our favorite list, but Animal Kingdom's got some great places.
They do.
Pretty much all the major gift shops have good pin trading.
Mm-hmm.
There's the ones that have the two entries, and then the one across the way from it. I cannot remember the name of that off the top of my head, but those have great pins, and they rotate them all day long.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, what's it called? It's right on the tip of my tongue. I can't remember.
Tammy will tell us in a second, so we'll keep going. The other thing you can trade in the bottom of
Island Mercantile.
Island Mercantile.
That's it.
Yeah. And Discovery Trading Company.
Yeah, both of those are great.
Yeah.
You can also trade.
And Riverside Depot.
Okay, yeah. You can also trade when you're coming out of Expedition Everest.
Mm-hmm.
They have a pin trading board in there. And I'm trying to think where else off the top of my head here. All the gift shops in Animal Kingdom have pin trading.
Yeah.
It's just some of them are better than others. I do know on Thursdays, so if you're in the park on Thursdays, hit your first gift shop and ask them how the Thursday pin trading event works. Because I hear from a very reliable source that they move pin trading throughout the park, and this is kind of a newer thing, from one gift shop to the next every hour on the hour. And so ask about that when you're in the park and see what they say. Maybe you can land something on that if you're in there on a Thursday.
Yeah.
Like I say, I've not experienced it, but we have some friends. Alex, he told us about it. He said it was wonderful.
Yeah.
And so you might check that out and see.
Go ahead.
Mikey said I watched it because I'm not going for a long time because I just went. Camden said I have a Toy Story 4 one, and he meant a pen.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
And then Mikey Webb said the screening was for Leap Day. It was like an extra day of the year. So extra day to show the movie. The movie is so funny. He highly recommends it.
Nice.
I can't wait to see Onward. I thought it looked really funny and entertaining.
It's got a weird story, but I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
Nothing like a guy running around with just his legs.
Yeah.
That's the making of a good Disney movie.
I mean,
now I hear it's a real good movie, and that the family relationship between brothers is what's so strong in it, and that it's really neat for that reason. So
yeah,
I'd like to see it too. And
yeah.
So we'll probably end up going.
Yeah. Hopefully.
But we'll see. Other places in Animal Kingdom. Do y'all have anything?
I think Chris already said this, but it's just good to mention it. But always remember those places as you're exiting out.
Yeah.
Those are always good places to look for pins. And then always look at the stroller rental places.
Yeah.
And then also always look at even package pickup. A lot of times they have special boards and things like that. So I always like to throw that in there to always look there too.
Yeah.
Pin trading, as a general rule, it's just like a treasure hunt. You're always looking, trying to find the next big trade. And so, I mean, that's kind of the fun aspect of pin trading anyhow. It's just going around the park looking for different places to find pins and then trying to find that really cool pin or trying to finish a set or whatever you're looking for.
Yeah.
All right. So next place is Disney Springs.
Oh, goodness. So World of Disney is, for me, always a fun place
Always.
to trade. And
It's
then
not
also,
my favorite.
it's not my favorite either. My favorite place to trade is
the pin trading
yeah,
area.
it's the pin trading area where they
What a
sell pins.
surprise.
Yeah. Where they sell pins.
That's especially good if you can catch them when they bring out their board.
Oh,
but
yes.
it's so rare to
Yeah.
catch it. And so that's
They
kind
always,
of a bummer.
yeah. Didn't they tell us they bring it out so many times?
Yeah, it's like 2
Did
or
we
3
catch it
times a
once?
day or
Yeah.
something.
I'm trying to remember. Did we catch it?
I don't
We
remember.
didn't
I don't
catch
think
it.
we've ever caught it. But I've seen people who've caught it and they were like, oh, it's amazing. And we've just never been there enough to catch it.
Yeah.
So, that's okay.
Yeah.
Somebody else is getting that.
Mhm.
But here's my advice. This is pretty simple. I know you're at Disney Springs. I know everything is Disney. But you can kind of tell what's indicative Disney or that's permanent Disney and then what's not. So don't go in the Coach store and think you're going to trade for pins. They're not going to have them.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
go in the Pandora store if there's not one there.
Right.
But I'm just saying
Well,
those
there
types of
is.
places.
Oh wait, what Pandora store?
He's not talking about that. He's just talking about don't go into the individual stores thinking you're
Right.
going to trade pins. You're going to be able to trade pins at the Disney store, at a World of Disney.
Right.
Those are going to be the main
Your
places.
photo places, they'll
Yeah,
have some
they'll
pin
have some pins.
trading.
But for the most part, if you go into Vera Bradley or
They're
you
not
go
going to have
you go into I don't know, Ulta, or I don't know if they have. I don't
What's
think they have
that,
an
what's
Ulta.
that
They have
shirt place that we like
yeah.
the shirts?
What's it called? The place.
Oh,
Uniqlo.
yeah.
Oh, Uniqlo. Yeah,
Uniqlo.
They're not
they're
going to
not gonna
have
pins. No.
But your Disney stores that are indicative to Disney, they're all going to have pins, and they're going to have
Yeah.
good pins.
Yeah.
Because they're getting rotated out.
Total Banana said, "I'm new. Do you have a favorite pin?" Oh, we definitely
We
have.
do.
we have some favorite
several
pins.
favorite pins.
You need me to go get one or two?
You can go get one of your favorite pins. And I'll grab one here in a second for you. But that's our suggestion at Disney Springs on how to handle that. I would most definitely go to the guest relations. I know for
Yeah.
a fact they've got
Right.
pins. Any park, anything like that, go to guest relations. They're always going to have pins. Even at Magic Kingdom, that's a great place to get pins. Is at the guest relations.
Mikey Webb said, "I've almost filled my pin cork board, and I also saw the pin board at the Springs the first time I went. It's so cool." Oh
Nice.
yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Nice. That's very nice. Outside the park, I know we weren't going to talk about it since he's getting his stuff. You can find different pin trading events. We found a group in our local area on Facebook, and that's worked out real well. And so we're going to show y'all a couple of our favorite pins.
This is Allie's favorite pin.
Allie's favorite pin.
She loves this Doug. Doug. I had to think about it. And then this is Cole's favorite pin.
This one's one of mine. And it's got a story behind it. Basically, I had been searching for this pin because I had traded it off for like 2 or 3 years, and eventually my mom and my sister bought it for me. So it's got a very sentimental value to me. And I have one other right here. It's just a little bit bigger than that one, but
you can't see it for the glare.
I'm sorry.
That's actually one big pin.
One ginormous pin, but I just like it a lot, personally.
Another one of our favorites. That's Walt Disney himself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So those are a few of our favorite pins.
This one was limited edition of 300.
Yeah. And then Pinky Sand says the cleaners sometimes carry pins. The ones earning ears sometimes have better ones. That is so true. Right. If they have a little thing, like a little
if they're following
ribbon,
another cast member.
Yeah, and they have a ribbon that says earning my ears. That's very true. A lot of times it's because they're brand new cast members. And so a lot of times they have the new hidden Mickeys or just like new sets of pins. And so, yeah, always good ones to hit up. Yes.
Great tip.
Yeah, that's a good tip. Yeah.
And so I agree. The trash, emptying the trash cans or picking up trash off the ground. If they're picking up trash off the ground and they're dressed in a suit or a dress clothes, always hit them up.
Yeah.
They don't always show that they have pins. Sometimes they're kind of hidden the way they're dressed, but sometimes they'll have them. And it's okay if they say, well, no, I don't have any. You're not going to offend anybody, but a lot of times they have super great pins also.
Yeah.
I'll tell you another good one. In Epcot at the America Pavilion, there's a pin board when you go in.
Oh, when you go into the show, there's a show there. You just
ask them and they'll go get it. And so that's great. And the lady who runs that little section there, she likes to take really nice pins and hide them. Mm-hmm. And then she'll let you answer trivia to get them. Mm-hmm. And so when you see something turned around on a cast member, you can ask them, do you do trivia? And if you get the trivia right, they'll oftentimes let you see what all pins they have, or at least the one that you're interested in.
Mikey Webb said, I got a giant pin that's an Al's Toy Barn name tag. I got it at my local Disney store. It's like 1.5 inches by 3 inches. It's one of my favorite. Also great tips.
You got to read the one at Allison. Right underneath
that's
it.
Awesome.
She said, I'm going
to be honest. I have traded for a good pin with someone working in bathrooms. Yeah, we have traded pins with someone who works in the bathrooms. I don't know how often that happens, but I don't know how sanitary that is.
They normally take off their gloves. They don't let me handle this with the gloves I've been handling all the trash with.
She says she's done it multiple times in the bathroom. I've never traded for a pin in the bathroom personally.
I didn't even know people worked in the bathroom.
In the ladies' restroom they do. There's always someone in there cleaning in the bathroom.
In the men's restroom, about 50% of the time.
Hey, and I'll let y'all know that Disney bathrooms is like a thing. There are people that are like really care about the bathroom that they go to and what's the best bathroom to go to? Which ones are busy? Which ones are not busy? Which ones are the cleanest? Which ones are the nicest?
Is it bad that I'm one of those people?
We definitely have like favorite bathrooms that we go to when we go to Disney. And I'll tell you, the ones by Figment in Epcot that are over to the side, they're never busy.
That's true. That's true.
So I like that.
By the way, in the Figment, building, there's good pin trading too.
And they're all DVC.
Yeah.
People
So
up
like,
there.
so like when you go into the gift shop to the back of Figment, there's the pin trading that you can have there at the desk, but then you can go on in and there's some more pin trading in there.
Yeah.
Total Banana said, "Can you trade at the Disney store?" So
not at ours.
Yeah.
Although I believe I've heard of.
I don't know. Nobody wears cast lanyards like at your typical Disney stores. That I in Texas they don't.
I was gonna say they might in Florida. I know you can trade at the Disney store that's in the airport.
Yes.
In Orlando.
That's true. That's true.
If you're in the airport and you're about to fly out, you got your lanyard on. You can trade there, or if you get off the plane, you're able to trade.
Yeah.
Thank you to the person.
And the person, when you scan your magic bands, sometimes they have them.
Now, Pinky Sand says Character Warehouse in Vinland, or I guess Vineland. Vinland. I call it Vinland. So yeah.
Now I think the Character Warehouses they may trade pins.
That's what he's saying. Yeah. At the Character Warehouse near Disney, they very well may trade pins. So I think you just have to like kind of check out your individual stores. Mikey Webb says they don't in Colorado, but you can buy pins. And in our Disney store, it's a Disney, the one nearest
Disney
to
store
us.
/outlet.
It's an outlet too, and so they also sell pins. Like we mainly get pins from Disneyland.
Right.
So we can sometimes buy pins from there.
Yeah.
What is your favorite pin?
Oh, he missed it because.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Silverwater, by the way.
All right, Cole, show it one more time.
We'll show our favorite pins one more time, right quick.
Real quick, Cole.
This one's one of my favorites, and then this one is one of my favorites.
And then this is one of Chris and mine's favorites. And then here's another one of our favorites. And then this one is Allie's favorite because Allie collects all things dogs. So, yeah. Mikey Webb said the first day I was back from my trip, I accidentally had put my magic band on at school. That's funny. Yeah. I know you get so used to wearing that magic band. It's so sad to take it off.
And when I'm always, whenever I get back, and just sometimes occasionally, just randomly, I'll go somewhere and I'll be like, something's wrong. I'll look down at my arm because I always try and check to see if I
have your magic band on.
I'll certainly feel like I'm not wearing something I need.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Mia Wow said, "Hi, this is my first time watching and I just subscribed." Oh, hi, Mia. Thank you so much for subscribing.
Yeah, thank you for subscribing.
I like pins and saying hi from Mexico. Well, thank you for joining us.
She may be one of our first
international.
She's not the first international, but she's the first from Mexico, I believe.
Oh, maybe so.
I know we have some from the UK. Yeah. Show her the pin that's up at 150.
When we get 150 subscribers, we're going to be giving away this pin right here. The limited edition Splash Mountain pin.
Pinky Sand says, I wear mine to hint to my hubby I want to go.
That's funny.
That is funny.
That's a good hint.
Maybe I should start doing that. Just go put on my magic band and be like, I'm.
If we live closer to the park, that would work. She could put that on, and it could be a Friday, and I could be like, you want to go to the park tomorrow? But as where we're at, she'd have to put that thing on 4 months in advance and be like, hey, hint, 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 hint.
We have 10 likes on the video.
Yeah, that's very good. Thank you all for liking. I think that I've run out of things to mention as far as pin trading locations.
I do want to ask the audience something.
Okay.
What do you guys think of the new mic that we have? We just installed the new mic into the live stream.
Yeah, so this is a new mic that we're using, so hopefully it sounds a little better.
Total Banana said Splash Mountain is my favorite ride. Oh yeah, we like Splash Mountain.
I love it. Allison, it's her favorite.
Cole and I are chickens, so we will ride it.
You will ride it. I have decided. I rode it once.
But you have ridden it.
I rode it once.
I'll ride it over and over. That drop is like for real a drop. So, but I will ride it.
Mikey said on my last trip, I got the Rise of the Resistance Disney playpen. I got it
Nice.
for my dad because I just went with my aunt and he loves Star Wars and couldn't go to ride the new ride.
Oh, that's
very
nice.
nice.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
The last trip we were there, Cole, I bought a pin that I wanted for my own collection, and then the next day Cole traded for it from somebody else. He traded for it for me.
Got 11 likes. Thank you again.
All right, very good.
Pinky said it was nice and clear though.
No, thank
Audio.
you for letting us know that.
Yeah. So did Mikey. Yeah. Total
Very
banana.
good.
They all said sounds great. Thanks.
Very
Thanks,
thank
guys.
you.
Glad to know it sounded clear and y'all are able to hear us real well.
12 likes. There you go.
All right. So we appreciate y'all watching.
Yep.
Please, by all means, if you didn't get a chance to write in the chat section what your favorite locations are or any trade secrets you have, comment down below in the main comments after this is done whatever it does to
I think it has to just
buffer out or
yeah,
something.
that's
And we would love for other people to see exactly what you guys like to do as well, so that they can plan their trip and maybe have the greatest time of their life. After all, I think all of us want to have the best time when we go to the parks. And
Yep.
so
Allison says we have 149 subscribers. So if any of you guys have any friends or anything, y'all introduce them
almost
to our
there.
channel.
We're
We are
almost there.
almost there. Let them know we're giving away a free pin. So if y'all, just going to throw that out
share
there.
the video if you
Share
want.
the
You're just
video. We're
saying.
so close. We want to give that pin away.
So thank y'all for joining us. We've appreciated chatting with you.
Yes.
And until next time.
From our house to yours.